And our top focus on Newspoint today. According to a CNN report, India led an international effort to prevent nuclear catastrophe in the Ukraine war. And that's correct. The CNN report claims that Prime Minister Modi's outreach to Putin helped prevent a potential nuclear attack on Ukraine in 2022. Now, interestingly, Chinese President Xi Jinping was also part of the Prime Minister Modi-led outreach to Putin. The report claims that in late 2022, the US began preparing for Russia potentially striking Ukraine with a nuclear weapon. It would have been the first nuclear attack in war since the US dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Biden administration was specifically concerned that Russia might use a tactical or battlefield nuclear weapon. The fears arose after Moscow claimed that Ukraine might use the dirty bomb in October 2022. Now, just for better understanding for our viewers, dirty bombs are conventional bombs that contain radioactive material. Now, back in the time, Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu made a series of phone calls to his counterparts and defense officials. He shared one such conversation with India's defense minister Rajnath Singh. Shoigu briefed Rajnath Singh on the evolving situation in Ukraine, including his concerns about possible provocations through the use of dirty bombs. The Indian Defence Minister reiterated India's position on the need to pursue the path of dialogue and diplomacy for an early resolution to the conflict. The report underlines that the US worked closely with its allies to develop contingency plans for a Russian nuclear attack. The US was prepared for that possibility. It also roped in non-allies, particularly in India and China, to communicate warnings to the Russian side about the consequences of such a strike. Now, interestingly, it was in September 2022 when Prime Minister Modi told Putin that today's era was not of war during the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit in Uzbekistan. He said, and I'm going to quote here, "I know that today's era is not of war, and we have talked to you many times over the phone on the subject that democracy and diplomacy and dialogue are all these things that touch the world."